Okay, we're here to do program 1049. 1049 weeks I've served you without pay. Never missed one. It's my gift to you. Well, we're going to cover the second week in January 2017. And you notice all my notes here on full moons and new moons. A little explanation here, okay? Is every full moon sets a vibe, and it goes for a month until the next full moon. We can detect what the vibe is by the location of the moon. For instance, you had a full moon here back second week in December at 22 Gemini, and it trined Jupiter and sextiled Uranus. It opposed Saturn. It doesn't like the businessman, the bankers, the guys in the black and white. Saturn, no. It likes the activist. It likes the independent, free-thinking Aquarian spirit and truth and wisdom. And today, which is December 5th for me, I'm doing this early, they stopped the pipeline at Standing Rock. Yeah. There's 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 people there. 4,000 veterans joined. There's 11,000, 12,000 people there. They have private cops shooting rubber bullets and hurting people dreadfully. The FBI should be there, but they're Saturn. They won't do a damn thing. No, the people did this, and wisdom did this. You know, people from the tribes. People from the tribes of Woodstock, activists, environmentalists. That oil is the worst, dirtiest oil there is in the world. Yeah, shale oil. Anyway, Saturn didn't get his way for a month. Now, we're going to have another full moon on January 12th. This full moon's at 22 degrees of Cancer. There's about 6 of them at the end of the year. They always hit the same number. That's where the action is. You know, from September through about March, April the next year. This number is 22. Now this full moon on January 12th squares Uranus. All of the independent, free-thinking protesters are going to have a tough time. Squares Jupiter. Yeah. So this is not good. This blocks all the attempts of the wise professor lawyers and the independent free thinkers. And then blocking, that's what a square does. It's like a rock in your path. It tries to stop things. So it goes on for a month. And now you understand how a full moon cycle moves. The new moons are similar. The new moon cycle, which is set off 2 weeks, sets the vibe. New moons, sun and moon get together. Mom and dad have a meeting. They set policy for the next month. On full moons, mom and dad get together, but they fight a little bit. They still set some policy for the month following. But the new moon, in a way, is much stronger because mom and dad are in agreement. Now, we had an agreement, a mom and dad agreement on the prior new moon at 8 degrees of Capricorn. And it sextiled Neptune and said, oh yeah, Neptune is great. And then we'll have one that doesn't like Neptune and one that does. And it changes every month for 6, 7 months. Every time there's a new moon, how we see Neptune in our inner and outer universe changes on the new moons. Now you wonder why all those American Indians in the old films said, let's think about this for a moon or two, or let's come back in 6 moons, and they counted these moons. They knew that every time there was a moon, it changed everything. You know, and it's best to wait it out and see what the next change is. Especially here, when you're from September, October through March, April, you got one good one, bad one, good one, bad one. You know, you don't want to do something at the beginning of this string, or you're going to be caught in the rocking boat. You want to wait till the last one, good one, bad one, good one. When you get a good rocking at the end of 6, 7 months of these, you know, go ahead on that one, because there won't be more rockings ahead. So there's a lot of wisdom to be gathered by watching these strings of lunations. You won't see this in American astrology or Western astrology. But American Indians know, and Roland Lee Frost, the Viking shaman, knows, because I studied it for 40 years. Yes. Okay, end of full moon, new moon lessons. Let's get at the sky mirror and see what's going on. Now remember, this isn't your chart. This is the generic chart. This is the way everybody feels. These are the vibes of what it's like when you're out in public. Now what's going on? Well, Jupiter is opposing Uranus. A lot of fat cat lawyers and rich billionaires are opposing the people and the activists and the ones that want to save your water from lead and oil pollution, etc. Now, Saturn is up here, sextile Jupiter. Here's the judge. He can talk to the lawyers. Hopefully he can also, there's a trine to Uranus. And Saturn can maybe mediate this argument. He can get these two parties together and do something. Notice the sun here is in Capricorn. As the sun moves up by late next week for you, it will hit 22 degrees of Capricorn. And when it does, it's going to square Jupiter, square Uranus, throw out Saturn. Here's some leaders, here's mayors, here's governors, here's presidents saying, I'm important, I'm the father, and they're going to mess everything up. Mess it all up, lock it up again for a while. So, you can learn a lot from this planetary pattern. Here's old Neptune. Neptune, we got a lot of goodies for Neptune right now at 10 degrees. Venus is going to move up there towards your end of your next week, around Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And Venus is going to go by Neptune and sweeten the pot. And they'll tell the North Dakota populace, okay, we'll give you all $10,000 a year if we can build a pipeline, because a billionaire is going to make $3 or $4 billion. He can afford it. You're going to buy into it? I don't know. Neptune's tricky. Look out. Okay, we're going to follow the moon around the edge of this planetary pattern and get down to your world day by day. See what the generic vibes are, okay? Now, if you're in a Thursday show, Thursday night, that puts you right here. Well, Thursday morning, the moon went by Uranus, a little shaky and quaky and twirly, and you got interrupted. Yeah. And, it's just as it's supposed to be. On Friday, January 6th, starts with a nice trine to Mercury. Oh boy, we got moving, everything's going, we're communicating. Feels good, doesn't it? Kids are happy. Here in the middle of the day and in the afternoon, early afternoon, there's a nice sextile to Venus. There's some sweet times here, some relaxation, some fun, some love. Continues right through Friday, which is Venus's day. Nice day to be with people you love. And then here about 4 o'clock in the morning, there's a sextile to Neptune. And it gets dreamy and religious, patriotic, colorful. The higher heart comes out here. Maybe somebody will change their mind about things. Yeah, that would be nice. A lot of people need to change their minds, especially the Neptune people. The pesticides and the drugs and the oil, eek! Lions and tigers and bears. Anyway, you'll have a chance to diffuse Neptune after the next new moon. Yes. Now, Mars rears his head Saturday morning. Here's a nice sextile to Mars. Get out and do things. Do the chores. Do the fixing. This could be sports, of course. We're in, the football season. Everybody's going to go rah-rah and wear their colors. And I don't like this. To me, it's like patriotism. It's just get together in a group and feel safe and rage for the right team. Well, it doesn't matter who's right or wrong, does it? As long as you're on the right team. Oh, boy. I don't like Neptune much for that fact. I belong to this church. No, this football game. No, this country. No, these are misplaced loyalties, folks, that have been used by corporate religion for a long time to manipulate you. You might discover that after lunch Here's a nice trine to the sun and Pluto. There's discovery. What are you going to do about this? It's enough just to understand. Once you understand, you see it clear, can't be changed. Saturday's like that. Could be a beautiful time. Nice Friday, nice Saturday. Continues through Sunday till the middle of the day when the moon shifts into Gemini. And then it all turns kind of sour. Here in the afternoon is a square to the south. No, we need help. And Venus is not. And there's no sweets. I can't get no satisfaction. You know, that's Sunday night. Not a good time to go on a date. Monday morning, here's the square to Neptune. Bad smells, water problems, liquid problems. Did I believe that? Oh boy, then there's impatience and angry in the middle of Monday from the Mars square. So Sunday and Monday are just kind of the opposite of Friday and Saturday, aren't they? They're full of stress. A lot of piss and vinegar there. It changes finally. Here's a little Aquarian enlightenment. Comes in Monday, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, when the moon sextiles Uranus and trines Jupiter. And there's wisdom here. Why don't the lawyers and the law help us, activists and environmentalists? And it all seems a little optimistic Monday night. But look at here. Here, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, you know, on our clock. The opposite, the square to Saturn. And the judge says, halt. Well, you can't do that. We're not going to have freedom here. No, halt. Got to go with the law. Ugh. Tuesday morning, cold. Continues through Tuesday afternoon when there's an opposition to Mercury. And, you know, Mercury goes direct on the 7th. So up until the 7th, back here, you had Mercury retrograde for 3 weeks. You're going short trips and communications. Half of them have to be done twice. Once you get up into this zone, it's a lot better. You don't have to do all that stuff twice. Yeah, so here's tough Mercury Tuesday, and not easy. But as you go, this is a moon in Cancer, okay? Starting Tuesday afternoon, difficulties with communication. But there's a sweet spot here. Tuesday night, early Wednesday morning, some love. Young people are out holding hands. There's music. It feels kind of nice, huh? But it's some way it's a false start, because Wednesday night, ugh, here is the full moon. And, you know, it's in Cancer. Squares Uranus. Stop that, activist. Stop Aquarian freedom. We don't want that. Stops Jupiter. No more lawyers and wisdom. No. And gets rid of Pluto. We don't care about what your investigators say or what you think should happen with the sun. So this is a nasty stopping point here. You want to stop something? Wednesday night, Thursday morning, time to do it. That full moon. There's a lot of lunacy here. A lot of exaggerated emotion. This is a lousy Wednesday night. The less you do, the better. Continues through Thursday. Might break a little bit Thursday afternoon when the moon goes into Leo. Might. I don't know. I don't think that this is such a mess, this full moon. It ain't going to calm down through Thursday and Friday. Friday the 13th, it's still a mess. We're all tied up, can't get anything done. Scared. Everybody's scared. You know. Saturday morning, you get a break. You know, early, here's the sextile to Uranus. Late at breakfast, there's a trine to Jupiter. Here's Saturn's happy. All the good guys settle down here. The judge, Saturn, the law, the Jupiter, the wise professors, Uranus, the union guys, the activists. They're all in harmony Saturday morning. They're having a meeting. I hope they do good. Saturday night, moon shifts. It's into Virgo, into Earth. Goes by the North Node here Sunday morning. So Saturday night's pretty good time. You could get your act together and do things that are good here. And it continues through Sunday, and there's a lot of nurturing here. And just around breakfast or after breakfast, here's the trine to Mercury. And Mercury is slowed down, he's stopping, so good time to write, teach, talk, walk, Sunday morning, be with the kids, listen to the children. They don't want that damn pipeline. They want to save the oil for their children. Well, enough, Frost. Can't help it sometimes, folks. I'm an old oil man. I got experience. This is the poor part of my life when I was a young fool. So here's Neptune, and we're squaring him and Venus, and we don't care how much money they pay us. We're going to leave the oil in the ground and not pollute the earth more. Global warming is real. What? Angry? What? Your angry people are out Monday morning on the 16th with the square to Mars. Are you sure these just aren't people rooting for a football team? Probably. We should have some patience.